See this shiny Skull rock? They say it's a D20, but after 1,000 rolls, I call it a D19 in disguise. Welcome to the den, my fellow dice hoarders. Goblin here, with another shiny to test, and this one, well, it stares back at you. Inside the resin lurks a tiny skull. Looks cool, right? But skull means extra weight, and extra weight means trouble. Would this rock roll fair? Or would it bury the 20s 6 feet under? Let's look on the charts. Here's the magic roll spread. Every face, every roll. We would expect 50 hits on each number. But what do we see? 15s, popping like mushrooms after rain. 77 of them. And poor 20s? Only 18. That's not a D20. That's how a fake D90. Take a look on a sizzling stone map. We can see a hot place just the opposite, where the skull lies. Is it a coincidence? I don't think so. Now, the Goblin's Wobble Index. The wobble of 15s and 20s is so huge, everything else looks like tiny gnomes in comparison. But don't be fooled. The 6s, 5ths, even 10s wobble plenty too. It's like watching a necrodancer on a greased floor. Every step a slippery mess. And now, a great goblin stampede. And it's boring. Boring. I can't believe I'm saying that. 15s took the lead around roll 200 and never looked back. Poor 20s, at that point, they hadn't even joined the race. Disgraceful. And finally, the cherry pickers cast. Honestly, not much drama. Worst 100 rolls had a few too many under 10s. Best 100 leaned on the teens. A bit swingy, but nothing to sing a ballad about. But now, I have the story for you. And this was a quite eccentric encounter. Grab yourself a drink and listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, beasts and feathers, welcome to our humble theater.
The voice boomed from a floating skull, hovering above a crooked wooden stage.
I am Adams von Demlichstein, and tonight I shall reveal to you the secret birth of the philosophic stone.
The puppets obeyed, dancing with no strings, while blue flames flared in the skull's sockets. Bottle hissed smoke, flasks spat colored fire, and from the cauldron rose a stench so suspicious it made even a goblin's eyes water.
Take the breath on fire, a pinch of shadow, and a little bit of something I found under the chair. Mix, heat, and
The goblin was suddenly reminded of his auntie Grosh, cooking goulash back in the old barrow. Then, bang! The fort was blasted away, the stage filled with fog, and in the center hovered a stone, glowing like a burning coal.
The philosophic stone!
Adams declared proudly. Then, half in jest, he added,
Some call it the Rolling Stone. Though I can't quite remember why.
The squirrels in the audience stiffened, as though their very breaths had been sucked into the stone. They collapsed to the ground, petrified, their eyes empty. The goblin shivered with fear, yet even stronger burned the desire to claim the lucky philosophing rolling stone. The host turned toward the goblin, bowed slightly, and said,
Welcome, welcome, my lord. What an honor to receive such a distinguished guest in my humble hall.
No one had ever called the goblin lord before. He certainly wouldn't have said it about himself. But since the word was spoken, why argue? In times like these, modesty was overrated. Word by word, the talk circled back to the philosophic stone. The goblin asked what the master of ceremonies wanted in return.
For the stone? All I ask is a joke.
The goblin thought for a moment, then blurted out, Why can't the undead write music? You don't know? They can only decompose. At the word undead, the flames in the skull's eyes flared brighter, as though he had suddenly remembered something. Then they dimmed again. He burst into laughter. Loud, booming, so powerful it sent echoes chasing through the forest. Was it the joke that made him laugh? Perhaps. Or perhaps it was something else he himself had long forgotten. Forever since that night, he would laugh at random in the dead of silence, at nothing at all. Either way, the bargain was struck. The goblin received the philosophic stone, and the stone truly brought him luck. Yet, at night, from deep within the pouch, it would sometimes shriek, "Give me those nuts!"
And souls.
And now, what we've all been waiting for, the Great Goblin's Dice Report Card. Critness 1. This is a D90 in disguise. These dice don't crit. It's just like crits are non-existing here. What a shame. Rolliness 5. Feels okay in the hand, rolls smooth, but favors its bets. Charismaticness 8. Come on, it's a skull inside a die. That's style. I don't like the resin color, but it still has something. Fortitude. 2. Bias toward 15s banishes 20 to the void. Oh, and wait a minute. You all been asking for a chi-square test, and I had to grab a magician to calculate that. Where's the wizard?
Here I am, and you spent your money well, little goblin. The chi-squared value is 55.8, which is higher than a fair value.
Thank you, wizard. Didn't you like the previous one a bit more? Let's get back to a Goblin's Dice report card. Goblin's objective score. Let's give it a 3. It's a bit cursed, half charming. It has school in it. Average roll is pretty well, as it's like perfect. And it has a school in it, but it doesn't crit. Well, 4 is a good score. Before I lose my last nut to this Skull Stone, smash subscribe, roll the bell, and join the den for more shiny mischief. Hey, wizard! Leave those shinies alone! You got paid well! Hello? I must have hired an arcane trickster with sticky hands instead of a wizard. But yeah, that's sorted. And that's the tale of the D90. The die that killed crits. Next time, another shiny, another story, and maybe a fair roll. That's it for today, goblins. Thank you for popping up into a den, and see you next week.